Welcome, my name is Robin. This is the second week of our beginner balance series. And all you need is a mat, and if you have some blocks, I like to bring the floor up to me, and they're great for beginners, or some heavy books, but otherwise you don't need them. We're going to start sitting. So if you have something to prop yourself up on, and sit cross-legged or in any comfortable position, rooting your sitting bones down, feeling your hips, sitting up nice and tall, and then close your eyes. And start to notice how you're feeling. Beginning to turn your intention inward and letting whatever you are doing right before this time just melt away. Taking this time for you. To not only work on balance with your body, also with your mind. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Maybe your yogic breath, deep breath in and deep breath out. Keep going, either breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, or your yogic breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And from this quiet place, bring your hands to heart center and set an intention for your practice, or perhaps an affirmation. I am something. I am strong. Whatever it is for you, take another deep breath in and let it go. Exhale. Release your hands and open your eyes. Take your hands out to the side. Reach your left arm up, take a side bend. Maybe look up. Inhale back to center, lower the hand down and switch. Reach your right arm up, side bend. This could be very small. Just awakening the side body, maybe looking up. And then back to center and lower the arm down. Roll your shoulders. And reverse the direction. Good. Interlace your hands, turn your palms away from you. Stretch forward as you tuck your chin to your chest. Breathing space in between your shoulder blades. Pulling that navel back into your spine as you gently stretch out through your wrists. Take one more breath here. And then on your next inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling, palms up, getting long through that side body. Maybe look up. And then exhale, release your hands and circle your wrists. So in the first week, day 1 through 7, we did a lot of work on standing balance, and we're going to keep doing that. And we're going to review some of those postures, but we're also going to be working on just some standing work to open our hips and a little bit of work on arm balance. Nothing crazy. Arm balance is just being on your hands in a plank or what we're going to do today being on just one hand or one forearm in a side plank. So come to all fours, lining your wrist creases up underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips, pulling in that belly, spreading the fingers. Stretch your right leg back behind you, shift a little forward and back, feeling a nice stretch in the back of the leg. And then with your shoulders over your wrist, lift your right leg up to hip height, squeezing your glutes, reaching out through your heel. Getting long here. One more breath. And then plant the foot down, swivel your left shin to the side, and peel your right arm open. So you're strong through your left shoulder. The fleshy part of the elbow is rotating towards the front of the mat. And maybe you're looking up at your hand or you're looking down for more balance. Lifting up out of the armpit. If this is too much, lower down to your forearm. Take another big breath here. And big breath out. And then start to bring your right hand back down and your right knee. Switch. Stretch your left leg back. Shift a little forward and back. Forward and back. Keeping your head in line with your spine. And then with your shoulders over your wrists, squeeze your glutes, lift that leg up to hip height. Keeping your hips level here. Your neck nice and long. Take another breath here. And then inhale. And exhale, plant the foot down, swivel your right shin. Strong through that right shoulder, drawing that shoulder blade in towards your armpit. And then you could stay with your hand on your hip. You can reach your arm up. You're anchoring through that left leg, lifting up that left arch. So the pinky side edge of your foot is down. Take another breath here. And then exhale, lower your left hand, your left knee. Come back to center, cat-cow. Press the floor away, round your back. Inhale, lift your tailbone, open up through the front body. Again, exhale, round. Inhale, open. One more, exhale. And inhale. And then tuck your toes, lift your knees, and send your hips up and back. First down dog, you can slowly bend and straighten your legs. You can take your feet as wide as the mat, finding that length in your spine at the sides of your waist. Letting your head be free here. Take another breath. And then drop to your knees. Grab your blocks if you have them. I'm going to choose the lowest height. Stretch your right leg back again, lifting the leg up, squeezing the glutes. And then draw that right knee in towards your chest and step it in between your blocks. I like to tuck my back toes, adjust the distance in between your legs. Right knee over your ankle, come up to your right thigh. Maybe reach your arms up. Keeping your gaze down at a point on the floor in front of you, or maybe looking up or straight ahead. Feeling a nice stretch on the left side body. Another breath here. And then plant your hands down. Swivel the left shin to the side. And step that right foot back. So you're back in that side lunge, side plank position. But now you're up on the block. If it's too much or if it doesn't feel good on your wrist, come down. Take another breath here. And then lower the hand down, lower the knee. Switch, stretch your left leg back and off, squaring the hips, getting long from the heel out through the crown of your head. And then on your exhale, draw your knee in towards your chest and step it in between your blocks or your hands. Come up to your left thigh, find your balance, pulling in your belly, lengthening your tailbone, hugging your inner thighs towards the midline. Maybe your back toes are tucked. And then reach your arms up. Feeling a nice stretch in the right side. This is like our warrior one position with our torso facing forward and feeling a nice stretch in the hip. Maybe look up. Take another inhale. And exhale, plant your hands down. Swivel that right shin out a little bit more to the right. Step the left foot back. Adjust your arms so that you're rotating your eye of the elbow forward, hugging that shoulder blade in, and then peeling your arm up. Feeling your ribs on top of one another, your shoulder blades, your shoulders, pulling in your belly, maybe looking up. Another inhale. And exhale, plant your hands down, come back to all fours, move the blocks out of the way. Lift your knees, down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Another big breath in. And big breath out. Look forward to your hands and like a wave, come forward to high plank. Drop to your knees for a moment. Lower your forearms down so you're coming to forearm plank. And then lift your knees. So if this is too much, you can keep your knees down here. Otherwise, you're pulling in that belly, pressing into your forearms. Not cranking your neck, but keeping your head in line with your spine. We're going to come into that side plank from here. So swivel your left forearm in, roll onto the pinky side edge of your left foot, and peel your right arm up. I'm on the inside of my right foot, or you can stack one foot on top of the other. Maybe look up, feeling your oblique muscles. If it's too much to have your arm up, it could stay on your hip. Maybe you could reach down to the floor, or you can use it to press yourself up with your block. Strong through the shoulder. Another inhale. Exhale, roll back to forearm plank. Drop to your knees just for a moment to rest. But you're still pulling in your belly. And then lift your knees back up. We're going to do that on the other side. So drop your right, we're going to do that on the other side. Swivel your right forearm in. Come onto the pinky side edge of your right foot. Lift your left arm up. So you keep your feet staggered or stacked. Pulling up through that side waist. If it's too much to be up, you can always lower all the way down, but still hug in through the side body. Strong through that right shoulder. Another breath here. And then take an inhale. Then exhale, come back to forearm plank. Lower your knees, untuck your toes, lower your hips, pull your heart forward, you're in Sphinx pose. Look over your right shoulder. Come back to center, look over your left shoulder. And then drop your chin to your chest. Roll from side to side with your neck if that feels okay. And a half circle. You're still pulling in your belly, there's no pain in your back. You're breathing space behind your heart. Another breath here. And then lower all the way down to your belly. With your hands underneath your shoulders by your ribs. Peel your chest up for a little cobra. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lift up, maybe a little higher. Exhale, lower. One more, inhale, lift up. And then exhale, down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Another big breath in. And big breath out. Look forward to the top of your mat and walk forward or hop forward. Take a half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up for Samastitihi. And exhale your hands through your heart to your sides. So turn towards the long side of your mat. Open up your legs so that your feet are wide and stretch out your arms. About shoulder height. Then you're going to rotate, I'm going to mirror you, your right leg so that your toes face forward, your knee, your hip are lined up. Your back leg is the short end is parallel to the short end of the mat, or it's a little in. We're coming to warrior two. So the right heel is lined up with the arch of the back foot. And take your hands to your hips, wiggle your hips, level them, and then bend that right knee and straighten, bend and straighten. One more bend and straighten. Now keep the bend. I'm going to widen the distance in between my feet a little bit, anchoring through that back heel, and then stretching out through my arms, softening my shoulders, really opening up through this right hip. I can see my big toe when I look down. Softening my shoulders. One more breath here. I'm going to straighten my right leg, turn my toes in, rotate my left leg towards the back of my mat. And then I'm going to bend, keep my hands on my hips, and straighten, bend, and straighten. One more bend, and straighten. Now keep the bend, opening up through the hip, anchoring through that back leg, pulling in your belly, and then stretching out your arms. So for warrior two, we look over the middle finger. If that doesn't feel good, you can look to the side or wherever feels good for your neck. Feeling your torso nice and level, right on top of your pelvis. that external rotation of that front hip. Another breath here. And then straighten the leg again. Turn the toes in. We're going back to the right. Adjust the distance in between your feet just a little bit shorter. Bump your hip to the back, your left hip. Reach, 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 and hinge. So you're reaching far forward like you were trying to get something on a counter. And then you could just rest your hand on your shin, or maybe it comes to a block. Rotating to the side, putting a slight bend in the knee, not to lock it. Finding a lot of space along the side body. And you can stretch your left arm up. Maybe look up, or you can look down. Whatever feels good for your neck. You still feel the opening through that right hip. Then press into your feet with your soft toes, not scrunched, and come on up. Switch sides. Rotate that left leg. Move your block if you're using it. Bump your right hip to the back. Reach, 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 and hinge. So you could just rest your hand, not forcing anything around your knee. Feel your ribs stack on top of one another, your shoulders stack, just like in your side plank. Maybe you're looking up at your hand, maybe you're looking down. Taking those slow breaths. Feeling the sensations in your body without forcing it. Another breath here. And then press into your feet and inhale, come up. Turn your toes in, take your hands to your waist and heel toe your feet back to center. Be very careful of any props that might be on your mat. You do one balance pose. One of the favorites of my students is tree pose. So you're going to shift your weight to your left leg. Lift up the right heel. Open the hip that we just warmed up. And see where you want to take it today. You're pressing your foot into your leg and your leg into your foot. So that's why you don't want to press into your knee, because you don't want there to be any pressure there. So pull in your belly and your hips. And maybe take your hands to prayer. Find your focal point. If you fall out, it's okay. Come right back in. See where your mind is. See if you can focus. Maybe grow your branches. You can grow them up. You could sway. You can grow them out to the side. You can even interlace your hands behind your back as a variation of your tree. Bring your hands back to prayer. Your knee comes forward and release and shake. So just notice what the balance was for you on that side. Without any judging, it is what it is. That's why we're doing this, just to practice. It's a lifelong journey, all of these postures. Shift your weight into your right leg. Lift your left heel up. Open the hip. And see where it wants to go. And sometimes if you didn't sleep well during the night, your balance might not be as good, or whatever you were doing before this moment. breath help you balance, maybe growing your branches. Take your hands back to prayer. The knee comes forward and shake it out. Right, awesome job. We're going to flow down to the floor. So our balance today was more work on tree and also starting to work on Vashisthasana, which is side plank. We'll keep progressing day by day. Inhale, arm sweep up. Lower your right arm down, take a side bend. Inhale back to center, side bend to the left. Inhale back to center, exhale fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, step back to plank. Pause in your plank. Head in line with your spine. We're just going to rotate our heels from side to side, if that is okay with your body. So we're keeping our hands grounded, but we're working on our side waist, seeing what it feels like to shift our weight from side to side. And then come back to center, drop your knees, swivel your to the side again, adjust the distance between your hands so that your right hand is under your shoulder, stretch your left leg back, peel your arm up, you're in side plank again, on your knee, maybe lift up that top leg, your left leg. Maybe bend the knee and hold on to the foot or the ankle. Feeling a stretch in the front of your hip, whether you have the foot or not. And then release the foot. Lower the left hand down. Come back to plank. Drop your left knee. Swivel the shin. Plant your right foot down, peel your right arm up. Staying here, or lifting the top leg up. Whoops, there's a plant there. Maybe bending the knee and holding on to the foot or the ankle, getting a stretch for the front of the hip. If this doesn't work for your wrists, you can try it in forearm, or you can lie all the way down on your side and bend the top leg. There's still a balance here. I'm going to come back up. If you have the foot, release the foot. Gently come back to all fours and come to a seat. For a seated meditation with or without the block or the cushion. Feeling the energy within your body. Breathing down to your hips, maybe closing your eyes. Work on alternate nostril breathing in another of the balance classes. I like to start that at the beginning when our hands are clean. So without touching our face, breathe in through your right nostril and exhale out through your left nostril. It might be a work of the imagination to get this to happen. And then breathe in through the left nostril. And out through the right nostril. And then in through the right. Out through the left. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. In through the left. And out through the right. Coming back to your normal breath. Just noticing what it feels like, whether you are able to isolate the nostril or not. Reflect on your intention, on the balance within. And you're welcome to stay in a seat or lie down on your back for Shavasana. Pause the video. And if you're ready to come back, blink open your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up. And draw your hands down to your heart. Look over your right shoulder. Come back to center. Look over your left shoulder. Come back to center. Bring your thumb knuckles to your forehead center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.